Hey guys, it's Holly and welcome to my bedroom slash Lego room. I'm really excited to do this little room tour today. Honestly, partially because I just watched like the Architectural Digest Emma Chamberlain episode. I love her, I love that series. So I sort of want to do this room tour in the style of those videos because I just find them like really insightful and really entertaining. And I've been trying to do a lot of work in my bedroom recently. I've just let it get like so messy and so chaotic, and just overall I haven't been feeling satisfied with it. I feel like my bedroom was lacking a lot of personality, which I've been trying to put back into this room, and I feel like I'm definitely at a better place. I've also been adding a lot of lights and just upgrading things overall. So I'm a lot more happier with how this space looks, but more so than that, I actually hope that I can keep it as clean as it is today. I have taken a lot of time to try and clean it up and just really declutter my bedroom. Trust me, it is not like this usually. So really the first thing you see when you walk in is sort of like my filming background slash setup, which really is the reason I guess why I've put like the most amount of time, effort and energy into this corner of the room, because this is really, I guess, what everyone sees, and also as well what I look at when I'm lying in bed in the morning. So I've really tried to just make everything look really cohesive, because something with Lego is that it is really hard to sort of display in a way that looks neat and tidy without sets just looking like they're placed on a shelf. And you know, something that I've tried to do with this room is really make it feel very aesthetic and also express a lot of my personality and have a lot of life to it, which is really difficult to do with Lego, but I feel like I've done a really good job. The main attraction for me when it comes to this room is definitely my Billy bookcase from IKEA. So I bought this a couple of years ago, and honestly, the only thing I don't like about it is the fact that I chose black instead of white, because a lot of the time I find I can't really display black sets on the shelf without them just completely disappearing. And a lot of my other IKEA furniture is white, so it does sort of stand out a little bit, but I do also have some other black furniture in this room. Honestly, it's a little bit chaotic, but there's no point in me sort of making everything match and feel really cohesive at this point in my life. I also got the Oxburg doors to put on the front, which aren't completely dust proof, but they definitely make a significant impact with the amount of dust that gets on my sets. I really only have to sort of dust the shelves or maybe lightly dust off the sets. The thing with these bookcases as well is they are very tall, which is really good about this room in particular. It has a very, very tall ceiling, which overall I think as well makes the whole space feel a little bit more spacious, which in my case, having as much stuff and as much clutter and just, you know, material possessions as I do, it's really nice and just makes it feel a little bit more open, as well as having a giant window in my room. The way I've laid the shelf out is sort of trying to group it by theme. So at the very top, I wanted to put some of my tallest Harry Potter sets, and then coming down is where I've got my beautiful Diagon Alley setup, which I actually have like managed to wire the light kit from like my bricks that I have for it through the shelves. And I love it because I can just like literally just flick the switch and all of the lights turn on now. On the next shelf down, we have a random assortment of like small Star Wars sets. Because there is a lot of space on the shelf, it really does look a little bit empty and unfinished, and it is. When it comes to this shelf though, my absolute favorite thing that I have done recently, besides of course like adding the Diagon Alley light kits, was actually adding strip lights to this bookcase. Now the problem with this bookcase is that I did actually put it over one of the power plugs, and I don't really want to cut a hole in the back in order to access it. So when I was looking for strip lights, I needed to find ones that were USB powered, and luckily came up, pulled through. Currently I sort of just power it off my portable charger for now. I would love one day to have them like be Wi-Fi powered and all of that so I can connect it to my smart home system, but currently that's just not available because of the fact that the nearest power point would have to drape across the floor in front of a door. It definitely looks a lot better at night, and usually I don't turn like those lights on during the day anyway, just because like I don't want to waste power. Like I kind of want to keep them going, but I've recently been trying to like plug them in at night, and just like lying in bed and looking up at my display, it makes me so happy, and I'm really glad that I did that. It was a painful process trying to work everything out, but it all paid off and I love it. So now that the sun's setting, I feel like we're really getting a better look at all of the lights that I have set up. So in this other corner, which really I think is like the main part that you see often in my videos, is just like, again, a little IKEA Kallax unit, which I actually like put doors on. I went to Bunnings and I got some wood, and my dad helped me and he cut it all up and we put these doors on the unit. It was a hack that I saw on like a YouTube video as well as Pinterest, and I loved it because it just made it have a cabinet. So it's got MDF wall on the back, so that way it's actually just like works as a cabinet. You can't see all all of the clutter. It looks a lot cleaner, but I also love like dark wood tones. One fun fact though about this little corner is I sort of call it like the breakup corner, considering both of these sets I bought after breaking up with boyfriends to like make me feel better. It was like sort of just like, I guess like a therapy thing. When I bought the Daily Bugle after having broken up with my second boyfriend, I needed somewhere to put it. So I put it next to the Disney castle. And then one day I just looked at them and I was like, oh, the circumstances I bought these sets under were exactly the same. So I now call it the breakup corner. It serves as a fantastic reminder of how far I've come and how far I've grown as a person, but also not to accept less than I deserve, which is a fantastic life lesson. And also, if you ever go through a breakup, buy yourself a Lego set. It makes you feel better and it gives you something to do. There's also a pile of like customizable dumbbell weights on the floor here, and then like the actual weights are sat in front of my bed. We don't talk about that. I need to use them a lot more than I have been, and you know, we're gonna move on. I know I look incredibly short right now, but I wanted to show you my nano leaf light that I got recently. I love this thing. It brings some life back into my room as well, which I really, really love. And that's something that I missed about this bedroom in particular, is just it felt very lackluster. If you've been subscribed for a while, you would know that I used to have like bright colored lights in the background of a lot of my videos. This is now that version and I love it so much. Then we have my bed, which really, I mean, isn't that interesting. Underneath is 4 drawers. I have 2 drawers that I can't access, which have, I think, some sealed Lego sets and boxes. I don't actually know anymore. I know there's some old dance costumes in there as well. And then the front 2 drawers that I can access are more Lego sets. That's really about it. It's a great storage solution for me though. Then on top of my bed, I have this giant green Baby Yoda pillow. I got it from Costco. Highly recommend. There's also my drink bottle, which usually sits in this spot or on my desk. I really don't leave the house without it. It's also great for decorating with stickers. And if you do want to decorate it with stickers, I recommend checking out HollyOnFilm.com. So moving on to my desk, and again, this is from IKEA. It's got a giant metal rod that runs underneath it, which is really helpful considering the amount of weight that is on this desk since I have my PC on it. Again, decked out with some Polaroids this time actually, as well as another sticker that you can find on HollyOnFilm.com. It's brand new, you should check it out. And then of course I had to deck out my desk in Lego, so I've got my Winnie the Pooh set on top of my PC. And then I've got minifigures on top of the monitor, as well as just some like blue tacked pictures on here, which I absolutely love, one of which is the Daily Bugle print that I redeemed my VIP points for. I know, controversial. As well as a drawing that I was very kindly gifted at Brickworld Chicago. I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. My dad told me I wasn't allowed to hang many things up on the wall, so I really have to go for like blue tack solutions, which is also why like any photos of like my friends or my family or just like things that I enjoy, a lot of the time I print them out on Polaroids and I stick them to the side here. However, just to like keep everyone's privacy, I'm not going to show you that wall, but this is a wall full of Polaroids. And then lastly, there is my white Kallax unit, which this is the most styled and probably consistently clean thing out of this entire room. I love this unit. I added some additional shelves. I have all of my musical theater programs on here, as well as a Grogu plushie and a Mickey plushie. And overall, I love it. I've got a lot of Star Wars stuff up here. I mean, majority of my Star Wars minifigures are on this tier stand. I do have too many to fit on it, so some of them are sort of scattered around here as well. I have like a little village even in like my Mos Eisley set, which I still haven't finished building. It's only half done. My favorite shelf though, like styling wise, is actually like my self-centered shelf, which has like the original 4 Harry Potter Hogwarts Moments books, the Mystery Machine, which is one of my favorite sets of all time, as well as a rebrickable build of what was my first car, which was a blue Mini Cooper. I also have a brick head of myself, 2 minifigures of myself, as well as some cool printed bricks and like the minifigure of my Toy Story alien plushies. So yeah, it's very self-centered, that shelf, but I love the way it's styled and like it means a lot to me as well, which is why I love it. At the bottom in my Harry Potter shelf, I also have like my first ever proper Lego set, which of course is the 2007 Hogwarts Castle. I really wanted to keep it up here just because of how much it means to me. And it's also just very nostalgic, and the fact that it can like close up really neatly too. Big win. I just really want to utilize the depth of these shelves. Like there is so much space. I really wanted to fill it and try and style it and make it look as nice as possible, which is why I added a lot of the Lego sets in front of like all of the books and DVDs and things like that I had, because I really just wanted to use as much space as I can. The top of the shelf, however, has a lot of room to grow. Currently, I've only got my Millennium Falcon on a stand on it. I have this little Kylo Ren microfighter that I got in my PO box, so thank you very much for sending them to me. And of course, the gunship that I parted out. This thing is also still obnoxiously kind of shaped, just like the UCS one, but it's a little bit more reasonable. So I thought, considering it's got a very large wingspan, I should probably hang like half of it off the shelf. And I again, styled it with minifigures. I just think minifigures add like so much life to the sets. Like I really want to try and have some of them in the sets, but I also love seeing them on display stands like this. So I try to implement both of them in my displays and just my space, as it makes me feel a lot better. Part of me really wishes that this shelf was shown off a lot more, because I absolutely love the way that it is decorated. It's very clean, it's very stylish. And my favorite shelf from it probably, I think, has to be my Toy Story Pixar shelf, just because of how I implemented my speaker into it. It's a very stylish speaker to begin with, but I really, I guess, just decked it out a little more. But that is my entire bedroom slash Lego room. This is where I work out of. The only thing I don't really do in here is film my reviews. That's in a separate room on a nice white table, but I build in here, I stream in here, I edit in here, I do everything in here. So it's half Lego room, half bedroom, and that is why a lot of the time it's very messy. I'm really happy with how this space is looking at the moment. I still feel like there's a little bit more that I could probably do to add more of my personality and a little bit more life into it, because I feel like it is pretty bland, with some really neutral walls, as well as my white bedding and just a lot of black and white furniture. But all of my shelves and my desk area, I love so much, just because the Lego sets really add a lot of character. They add a lot of style as well. And while it was really hard to get everything to work in a cohesive and aesthetic way, I am really proud of what I've been able to do, and I love it. So I hope you enjoyed having a look around this room. I love it so much. I'm really proud of just how much I've been able to do in this space. And I love doing these videos as well, just so I can see how everything's changed as each year progresses. It's really fun for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and hopefully maybe feel inspired a little bit, or just even feel tempted to go and dust something or reorganize something. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. And until next time, I'll see you later.